talk about manifesting your destiny. How are we doing this, and why is this the time and the year to do this?
It is so important for us to manifest our destiny, whatever it is that we want to have occur in our life. For us, it's health and wellness. So our concern is health and wellness in our community and manifesting the destiny of pure health and wellness.
Gotcha. So do y'all know each other, or did y'all just decide to partner together to make something special happen?
Wow. Well, we have known each other for how many years, Frida?
Going on 8 years.
I still remember the day that we met. She came to my gardens to help out, and she had nail polish on.
Okay.
And around my herbs and flowers and food. I don't allow anyone to bring any chemicals or anything to the land that could contaminate the plants. So I looked at Frida and I was like, you can't work in the garden because you have nail polish on. And that did not run her away, and I knew she was a keeper. And we've been together ever since.
I probably wouldn't have come back, but so why did you decide to stay?
You know, change of direction in my life. Cleaner living. And then once I stepped onto the land, it was something I never experienced before. It was this sense of peace and this sense of like this presence that's there. And I love a challenge. So she was like, no nails. I never been in the garden, not a farmer. I'm from the city. Know nothing about no garden, no farming, nothing about the country, other than that's where my mom was born from. So I was like, okay, I'm up for the challenge. I don't know what I'm stepping into, but Lord, let's go. So I stayed. And I got a chance, and I came from GNC. So when I was at GNC, I got introduced to herbs. Okay. And I learned a lot about what herbs can do for the body and how it can prevent a lot of misalignments. And I stepped into this land, this lady, a little tough and gentle at the same time, my kind of woman. So I ended up staying so I can learn more about herbs, and I wanted to learn more about product creating. And she gave me the opportunity to do it. So I popped them nails off, set my tail down, and I took notes. And I stayed. And I learned a lot over the 8 years. A lot.
So you are going to do this for other folks when they manifest their destiny with an event. What is this event? And can you have nails when you come to the event? So you can.
Of course you can. Come as you are. We're not judging people or criticizing people at the event because they're not actually there for that, to work on the farm. They're there to learn how to take properly care of themselves. So I've been on the land for 20 years, and I moved to the land because it was family land, been in our family over 150 years, because I own 2 beauty salons and I almost lost my life to chemical poison. So when that happened to me, I remember I came from a long line of healers, herbalists, midwives. My grandmother was a midwife, my great aunt was a midwife, and they was always shoveling herbs down my throat. So when I got ill, I started taking herbal classes. And every time I would take a class, I would sit in on the class and I would realize, my grandmother used that. My grandmother taught me. I can't believe people are making so much money off of selling mullein and nettle, and it was like coming home again. And so that's what made me make the decision to sell my salons, and I own 2, to sell those salons, to give up all chemicals, to move to Atlanta for about 10 years. And then I moved to my Mississippi land, where I've been there for 20 years doing health and wellness in my community. And since day one, I've always had an herb walk. Wow. Since I've been there. For the past 7 years, I have not done the herb walks because I started lecturing at a conference. The same type of conference I'm going to present to Mississippi is a conference that I've actually for 7 years been involved in health and wellness and lecturing for 7 years in the North Georgia mountains. But we need that same thing here in Mississippi. So that's why we're bringing it here to Mississippi.
What's the date and the time?
The date is October 18, 19, and 20, and I think everything starts about 9 in the morning.
All right.
Yes, and it ends about 6 in the evening.
Okay.
So it's all day. It's an all-day event.
So now for both of you guys, I want to ask this question. 2 herbs from each of you that everybody should have in the house.
Wow. I would say mullein and nettle.
Okay.
Nettle, elderberry.
So
It's great.
y'all are going to give people more information about how these things work, what this is.
Lots of information. They will be able to purchase tinctures. They will be able to eat all organically, biodynamically grown food. Most of the food they'll be eating is right now is growing on my land. So we want to give them all the teas they will be drinking, are teas that we grow, that we cultivate and grow ourselves on the land. So they will be getting an experience where they would learn from A to Z how to take care of themselves. We won't leave anything out, whether it's their mental health, whether it's their physical health, whether it's their spiritual health. We're going to include it all
And we
at
can't,
the event.
I'm sorry. We can't forget beauty. Hair and skin.
And hair and skincare products, because
all natural.
that is what I do. My line of products is called Pure Sine, and I create for the past 20 years a line of all natural hair and skincare products.
All right, so you got the hair, skin, and nails, all the things. Just
Everything you need.
It's the event is just biotin at this point. That's what
Yes.
you're telling. All right,
Yes.
wonderful.
Absolutely.
So do they need to get tickets in advance? Anything else you want to let the folks know? Because, you know, people, they hear this, but they're like, yeah, you know.
Okay, so they can visit I Love Pure Sine. Of course, it's I Love PURECINE.com.